welcome to Luke Diamond Show, part 16. Hope everybody's doing well. As I mentioned, we'll do half an hour shows. Today is turning to September 11. Talked about number 11. If you like the show, click the like button, subscribe. Buy the book Red Flare, Miracles of Red Flare Omnipresence. Donate to the show, info@lukediamond.co.uk, website www.lukediamond.co.uk, phone number 705-728-1928. Any issues, give me a call. A text, your first and last name and what country or province you're in. And all services are $50 an hour, whether it's a music studio, astrological session, book sessions, meditation, anything. So only $9.99. Kindle book, basically free with this free show. And if you buy two, one for a loved one or a caregiver or a gift. And if you look here, you can imagine what could be inside there. Just think, goes through your imagination. Excitement. Okay, so let's start the show. So last time we left off at the number 8. Today is September 11 now, about to be almost. But we left 11:40 p.m. right now, September 10th. We left at number 8, right? So when you watch that number 8, you will see lots of interesting tarot answers too. And then you'll end up seeing that in the end, all those numbers comes together. That the 10 with the 1, with the 5, with the 6, 16, 1 and a 6 and a 5. You'll see how this symmetry, all connected the universe. All the answers are connected. So, hope everybody is doing well. In the name of Almighty, Omnipresence, Red Flare, the Miracles of Red Flare Omnipresence, the book, we start this show. So now we move to other numbers. And now we will talk a little bit about today's show. We'll make it about number 9. Number 9 is also a very powerful number. Like I always say, 11, 22, 9. I'm number 3, magic. So the thing about 9 is, I'm going to refer a little bit to the 8. So look at the design, 9, right? And then if you go upside down, anagrammic, 6. You see? 8, like I said before, upside down is still 8, so it's infinity. Separate 2 zeros upside down. We split in the center, 2 3s. So lots of mysterious knowledge to explore. Some we know and some we talk as we go in real time, as you can see. Some things are being experimented in real time conversation and we are finding more answers through tarots or connections and crystals and all that stuff. So Red Flare Records, here is the music studio. Now with number 9 we're going to focus on, so like I mentioned in comparison with 8, but number 9 is going to be a different topic. So 9, one lady I spoke to a while ago, was calling somewhere and I found out, she wanted to, like about astrology and stuff. And she was number 9. And I didn't mention that in the previous show with the 8 and 9. But anyway, so she said, I'm number 9, I'm November 9, but she wasn't like a standard November. So she said, no, I have enough insight. I'm not going to go to the darkness or evil, I'm going to go to the phoenix. I'm like, whoa, she knows stuff. But then she said, no, don't worry about the phoenix. I said, I know that too, the ashes of the phoenix. She said, no, I'm going to be an eagle. So she was going to be free from the scorpion and become a eagle in the universe. Such a beautiful thought she had, such a beautiful gesture, such a beautiful fantasy, but reality. the way she talked a lot about that. And we talked about all this show stuff, like just talk number and stuff. Number 9, very high frequency, very in tune. Now the only problem 9 has, like we talked about 8, the only problem is that a little bit again, a little bit extra power, a little bit balancing to be done, just a little bit, not a lot, but also a little bit of this upside down 9 and 6. So you have to understand. Like last time I said 3, 3 combined becomes 8, separate 2 3s become 6, 3 up, down become M, like a scorpion, like a Virgo, 3 other anagrammic becomes the W, like a Trishul, like a Arabic name of God Allah. So there is a lot of information here, right, with the symbolism. Right? So symbolism is the next thing we are going into, from numerology to going further into the design, the energies behind the frequencies, the spirits of the design. Like number 9 is a design. You see, like this. Think of it in the sky, like the air moving, and this, this something image coming. Like so they have energies, frequencies, angles, mathematical. So now 9, like I said, 11, 22, 9 and 3 and 8 sometimes, yes. Now we've explored 8 more, so we are putting more 8 forward too, to take care of 6, 5 and 4. But now 9, also what else is 9? Now I'm going to explore some stuff with you freshly. It makes the show more interesting. As we are meditating and spiritually feeling each other together sometimes, connection. So we're going to explore it. So now 9, what else can it be? Just think, what can it be now? So we did 9, upside down 6. Now, if you make the 9, there's a 6, right, and then a 9, so like a fish almost, but it almost intertwines like with a tail, yes. But it can also, if it's configured a certain way, it will become like a 8, similar to an 8 with wings, like that. The tail going, it will become a wing. See, like 2 9s like this, like wing, like a flying bird. Why I say that? Because that scorpion lady mentioned eagle. And now there are some theories about scorpion, eagle, phoenix, all that stuff, yeah. But she was really, really in tune. Like she's talking about this because she didn't know. I didn't know. We're just really exploring as I'm talking about it. Some stuff explored as we discussed naturally, learning new things. So because she was eagle spirited bird with the 9, like 2 6s or 2 9s making into a wing. So that connection was already there. And then plus she was number 9, plus she mentioned the eagle, and it was astonishing because I'm like, wow, So you have to see. So don't say, well, all scorpions are same or all signs are same like the days. No, there are differences. But the only problem is it's easy to make a quick judgment about all the signs because they are similar. Like each sign is what they are, right? Like we talk about. But when you get into the heavy stuff I'm talking about, then there is a lot of split. There is a lot of houses in their charts, your planets and connections, and so it becomes very complex. Everything becomes unique, right? So she was 9, so I said, okay, wow. So now, and we discussed this. And when I was talking to her, her frequency was getting higher and higher, and she was like fully in tune, fully listening to me. Like, who is this man talking about something, again, forbidden knowledge, not most people talk about. I said, no, you're number 9, doesn't matter what sign you are, but if you're number 9, we're going to have a conversation. I'll learn something too, but you'll learn a lot, and then we will connect, and then we will create this beautiful spirit in you. We're going to take your spirit in the conversation to the heights of the universe. We're going to take you to the next level. Like she had a great level, I'm not saying that, but even at that level, and because I was coming in the super high frequency and she was already high frequency, when you connect that, it rises. Her thoughts rise, her fantasies, dreams of all this stuff rises to higher levels. So she started talking, in the way she did. So that happens. Some people are born on the cusp of Libra and Scorpion, like 20, 21st, 20, 22 too, kind of. So sometimes they struggle, but mostly 20, 21. So they struggle too because they're like, what, look, now I'm right at the cusp. I said, don't worry. Why you worry? Take the good from the boat and leave the rest behind. Not simple enough? More than enough simple, right? You don't have to be an expert. You just have to know the right answer and then move on from there. So, anyways, so I told a couple of ladies I was talking to when I called somewhere, and she said, "Oh, I'm on the cusp." I said, "Well, you don't have much air of the Libra, but Scorpio is there, is right in the middle." He said, "There's a uniqueness. A lot of people born on the cusp are very amazing, actually. So use that amazing space, that vacuum, to create a new dimension. Okay? So all people born on 2021st, do not forget that you have the two pillars of the left and the right here of the spaces of astrology. So create a beautiful new hybrid vision of the universe, make it so beautiful and pretty and so amazing and awesome. Because this few people I've talked to, actually quite a few, on the cusp is very, very amazing. So if you're hearing this, you're on the cusp. Don't panic. Understand what I said so far. Enjoy the both sides. Leave the good and good. Take the good forward. Leave the bad behind from each. And flip on each side to be positive if you have to. It's like a flip coin, like a yin yang. So you have those options. Right? And again, some people who are born at the end, like I'll explain, like Leos, the ones who are born at the 18th and 17th and 19th and 16th, like just amazing, amazing people. Why? Because again, they're coming close to the hybrid. They are not Virgo, but they are reaching the earth as a lion. So they feel the strength of the earth, the tranquility of the earth, and the lion sitting on it feels the warmth of the lion, and all comes as one combined energy, right? Combines it, mixes it, and create a master lion. Those numbers. Now, do other signs? Yes. So whoever's born on 15, 16, 17 numbers, we talk about separate, but just talking in general, the energies of the dates. So as they come close to the cusp is amazing, yes, mostly. Again, somebody could have bad chart and there might be difficulty. So contact me, we'll talk. But other than that, you want to make sure the cusp people are happy to hear this great message today. And the people who are born on the 14th and 15th and 16th, well, I would say rather from 16, just to be more clear. So from 16 and up, so 16, 17, 18, 19, like 4 days off, 4 or 5 days off, they are starting to come into the relaxment, the peaceful transfer of power, like they talk about it in the US. I'm just making a little joke. So yeah, so now the peaceful transfer of power comes from one energy to the other. So they're going from the 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh, they're almost on the other side of the mountain. But as 16 comes, they're starting to see the horizon, the visions. The energies are coming, and these ones are going, and these ones are combining, and everything is beautiful, and it's very spiritual, and it's very mixed, relaxed energies, because you're bringing two energies in one. So you're not so hardened by one energy of a sign. So now sometimes I get in the mood, as you can see right now, and I just really get into it. It just comes naturally sometimes. Now, so this understand as said so far. 654, the numbers born on, or you're a 14, you're a 5. And if you're born on 13th, you're a 4, right? Or you're number 4 or 6 or a 5, I mean. 15, you're a 6, right? So all those three numbers kind of combinations. So anybody have those issues, like I said before, try to find somebody who know number 8 or contact me with any help. But 8 number will help the 6, 5, and 4. It's been proven by the astrological discussions, and it's been proven at this point by new information coming through as we're talking to the audience too, and new experimentation of discussions as new things are being explored, further expanding them beyond the realm of the human universe. So now 8 will be the healer for the 6, 5, and 4, and that's the facts. That's what it is. Tarot cards have said it. All my discussions leading up to that is saying it, and let's see. We'll see how it unravels. How the universe brings the 6, 5, and 4 into the realm with the 8. So now there is symbolism now. Numbers, other few left, I know. So now there's number 1 and 2. Now we don't ever talk about that because again, even 7 is a spiritual number. We don't talk so much, right? But the reason is that not that they're not important, but every number has a different agenda in the universe, right? So the ones we discuss 11, 22, 9, and the 3, the most important one. 6, 5, 4 have issues, not all of them, but most of them with the vibration. I mean, regardless of how great their sign might be or how good configuration they have, they could still potentially have a lot of issues. So anyway, so now, and of course if they're not a great chart they have, then they really have issues. You see my point? It's all mathematical, scientifically, astrological, constellation, universe. So now then when they want to come into this, so now we will talk about 1 and 2 today. Now I'll be honest that because we have not talked about 1 and 2 hardly in the book, we haven't talked about them at all, right? So now with 1 and 2 there's a thing. So is number 11 2? No, that was 11. There's a separate numbers. 2 is 2, yes, 1 is 1, right? So what's a 10? Well, 10 is a 1 because there's only 1 in it, is zeros, makes it back to 1. Right? So now 20, what is that? Like I was saying, the cusp part, right? That's a 2, not 22, 2. 21, magical, number 3. So 2 and 1 is very simple that way, right? Now we're going to check something. We're going to again take a little help from these beautiful tarot Nefertari cards, Egyptian cards, one of the most valuable cards you can explore, you know. But so we're going to ask them this question. Like I said, this is my first time talking about 1 and 2, but now 1 and 2 are very simple because there's not a lot of things happening with the other symbols, right? Like other energies, numbers. So they're very straightforward. So 2 is like, they're simple. Like I said before, they're not significant enough, but they're simple. So 2 is going in a certain direction, and you can see 2, right? Now what happens to 2, right? Almost like a 5. Then flip this way, it becomes a 5. See? It's coming down. 1, what happens? 1, nothing happens. Why? Well, it's 1, right? So if you go like this, well, still technically a dash or a 1. But if you upside down 1, what's a 1? That's what I already said. See, 1 is simple. 1 keeps the same vibration and same energy, so it's simple. Right? 2 can be a little bit of a 5 or a 4. There's a vibration of double number, like 2, 1 and 1, 2, right? So that's what I was saying. But anyway, let's see now. For number 1 is simple, 2 we will discuss. Why not? Lots of people out there with 2, right? And 1, 2. We don't want to leave anybody out, like we always say. So let's see, the card will wake up. They're not so happy today. They're like, Luke, you talked to us with 3 shows yesterday. And you woke us up, and the card jump out. You'll see from the previous show. Jumping. They didn't want to give too many answers. I said, well, you have to, I need you. I need some answers. I need to think, and you need to think, and we all need to think together as a universe. So let's see. What do you say about number 2? Anything else we don't know? And then we can move on to different subjects, eventually. So, okay. 2. What happens to 2? What's 2 about? Okay. Today they're not jumping. They were trying, but they were jumping. So it's okay. We'll do their Celtic style, right? No. we'll try this way. Okay, we'll do a quick Celtic on them. Alright, so we'll do a Celtic cross again. Like, this is not too complicated, I'll be honest. 1 and 2 is not going to be too complicated. There's not a lot of mystery to it. As you can see, the other ones are so complex, right? Anyway, so we'll take it still twice here because they are humans, they are spirits, they are still souls. These numbers are important, they're human beings, right? So it's still very important in that way, context. So now let's see. Okay, so the balls which this one, right? Okay, we'll try this one. What is this one say or two? Let's see. Is there any further unlock this? Even the simple, but okay, now this is not 2, number is not 2, of course the star. There's 10 and a 5, right? That's a different thing. 15, whatever, that's different. But at the end there's a 2 in there. Right? Does the card want me to pick up? See, 2, balance. This came to me. 2 is a balance. 1 and 1, balance. It's a balance. Very peaceful, go with the flow. And I was saying before, they go along with little things. You get fascinated by other numbers. There you go. So that's very interesting. Now we will go to number. Well, look at the magic. I didn't even think of this kind of picture, but look at the answers. 2 people standing. Number 2. What are they doing? They're balancing themselves. Look at them. So that's the balance I was talking about. But, and like I said, there was some vibration before a little bit, didn't there? There you go. Number 4 is back. All connected. Okay, no, you're going to have to go slow now. This one, let's do this one. Based on this, they get along with number 1. 1 soul, 1 person. Okay. This is one of the cards I really want to see. I haven't seen this in a few years. Brings a lot of memories, this card, but all memories. Okay, well, I just said they get along with 1, right? I said that, right? And here you go. And the number 1 at the top, in this case. All right. Yeah, like I said, they could be relaxed and a little peaceful. They go along with number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 numbers. Now, 7 and 4, 11. 4 here, 7, 11. 1 and 1 again 2. Yeah. They want to slowly explore everything, slowly, peacefully, slow pace. But here we go. There are a couple more cards. Okay, we'll do it. They get intimidated easily. They do like to dress up, but they get intimidated easily. That's such light side. Right? Here we go. I had a feeling about this, but it's here anyways. Well, there was a 2 and then the 4 we talked about. So 2 and 4 is what? 6, and here is the 6. Yeah. they learn from other numbers. That's what the point is making here. 2 is like lower steps, so they're learning from the higher numbers in astrology to step up to the stage. A learning curve, some help needed for 2. So now we'll do one more here, number 1, and then we will end this show. Go to the next one. So now we want to still know, like number 1 is simple, I understand. But again, even in the simplicity, there were some mysterious answers for 2, right? So let's see what we get for 1. Come on, give us answers for 1. Lots of answers. Oh boy, what happened here? Probably more than 2 cards. I don't know. I don't see any more for now, but well, let's start with 2, right? So maybe number 1 is that simple. Just 2 needed maybe. Okay. So number 1 is showing number 5. Number 1, 1, 1. So that's back to 2. And 11, right? So in this case 11, 2. So now basically they're saying that 1 takes the help from 2 and 5. 2 takes help from 4 and 6. It's all symmetrical, very rhyming, very moving along itself, self-explanatory. So yeah, that's very, very interesting. Some riddles and things, and very peaceful. Number 1 slowly learned from the others. 5 and 11 maybe, 2, they are numbers still, right? So we don't know the mysterious behind a lot of things, right? We don't even know, now we're exploring, but could be number 1 be learning through number 11, not letting anybody know, right? Could be doing that silently, hiddenly, secretly. So it is possible, right? Like the 2 was learning from this one and that one, and so this from 1 is learning, I would say, from 11 or 2 and a 5. So very, very interesting. And look, they are giving all the gifts and food and beverages, whatever. They want to learn. They are the number 1. They are at the bottom of the list. Not to be discouraged, but they are at the beginning. Just because at the bottom doesn't mean always bad, because they are also very simple. Right? So it's always good and bad, always with us. Negative positivity continues. Right? Now, just for 1 second, I was just going to check if something down here or not. Well, luckily we didn't lose any cards, which is a wonderful thing. And we ask these cards now to go to sleep for this show, but yeah, we're going to bring them when really needed. But now, oh, that's more answers for 1. I hope not, but anyways, we'll take them later. So anyways, hope you enjoyed the show. Get ready for the next show, pt17. We'll continue the conversation till we get all the answers. That will be a long time. But we already know quite a bit, so we're sharing that right now together, right? So if you like the show, click the like, subscribe, donate to the show, www.lukediamond.co.uk, info@lukediamond.co.uk, email 705-728-1928, your first, last name, text, which province or country you're in, and your problem, and then $50 an hour for any services we're talking about here in the show so far, and they're probably going to stay in the same price. Like I said, we don't want to raise prices on people. We don't believe in getting rich. This is about spiritual work, this is about meditation work, this is about healing work, it's about brotherhood, sisterhood, all good stuff for everyone. So hope everybody enjoyed the show. Have a blessed day. Talk to you all soon. Take care, everyone.